Hello, good evening everyone. How are you all? Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes,
audible.
ma'am, you are
Hi.
audible.
Okay,
Yes.
so we'll start the session in 5 minutes. So meanwhile, we can discuss your about your doubts. Okay. So hi everyone, Asif, uh, Chakravarti, and Kusma. How are you all?
Hi, ma'am. Fine, fine, ma'am.
Okay. So thanks for joining everyone. Today we are going to discuss a small session, interactive session on GitHub and resume guide. Okay. So I think you already know how to use the projects in GitHub and how can we upload the projects, the repository, and how the GitHub is useful for project exploration and resume preparation, right? So, how many of you have idea on GitHub? Hello, you can unmute your system and can talk.
Yeah, I have just a little idea where we can create a repository and add the files and paste the content in it.
Okay. Okay, so in this session, we are going to discuss what is the difference between Git and GitHub and how we can create the projects and what are the license versions and how we can upload our projects in public or private. Okay, and there will be some Git commands. Okay, so very simple commands will be there like Linux commands. So we are going to discuss those things today, and after the GitHub, we are going to discuss on resume guide. So how to prepare the resume. So one resume is a main important thing. It is a first impression about our portfolio, right? So how we can briefly introduce ourselves through the resume and how we can apply for the companies through LinkedIn or Naukri or different social media platforms or some career portals. Okay, so first we'll start with the GitHub introduction. So for this session, one of our mentor going to discuss on GitHub. He's Chinu Narayana Venkat Narayan Reddy. Okay, so he is going to discuss about the GitHub and all. Whatever the doubts you have, you can ask here in the session itself, or else you can ping in the WhatsApp group afterwards. Okay, so yeah, he will start the session.
Hello all. We'll start our session. First of all, let me share the screen. Hope my screen is visible. Hello.
Not yet.
Your screen is not visible, Chinna. Guys, if you have any doubts regarding the career or how to choose the domain in VLSI, okay, so whatever the doubts you have, you can discuss your doubts here for job opportunities, how to approach. Okay, So whatever the doubts you have, you can ask. How many of your undergraduate students are there here?
Recently completed, ma'am. 2024 batch.
Okay, BTech completed.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're all interested in VLSI domain, huh? Are you looking for the job opportunity or still learning some courses or some under training? Okay. So how are the projects all going on? Just wait a minute. He's going to connect. Okay. Meanwhile, whatever the doubts you have, you can discuss. Tanuja, Ramya, Venkata, Kavisri. Some information about RTL design and verification, right? I think most of you know what are the different courses available in the VLSI domain, right? Mostly in VLSI we have front end domain and the back end domain. Okay, front end is RTL design and verification. Back end is a physical design. Okay, so in the front end for RTL design, we have two hardware description languages. Okay, mostly RTL design in the sense through the hardware description language we design some netlist, right? So that is nothing but Verilog. Most of the industries use Verilog only compared to VHDL because VHDL have some of the limitations like in terms of code complexity or some standard libraries and all. So mostly Verilog is preferred. Okay, most of the not only in India, in abroad countries also. Okay, so RTL design we use the Verilog HDL. For verification we use the system Verilog and UVM. System Verilog is the language and UVM is the methodology. It's a standard methodology for front end. Coming to the back end, there are physical design. Okay, so physical design in the sense there will be flow, something like floor plan, chip design, and synthesis, clock tree analysis. So there will be flow in the physical design. We need to learn that stuff. Okay, so front end in the sense mostly we need to concentrate on languages. Digital electronics is most important. Then Verilog, then System Verilog, UVM, scripting language, projects and protocols are very important whether it is a front end domain or a back end domain. Okay, because through the projects only we'll get experience, industrial experience. Okay, so projects are very important for both the domains. So I think his screen is sharing. So uh, as of now, we'll discuss about the GitHub. In the end of the session, we'll discuss about some projects related to Verilog or SV, whatever, as per your doubts. Okay. So anyone, if you have any doubts throughout the session, please ask your doubts. Okay, because it's a more interactive session, right? So please ask your doubts so that we can discuss more. Okay. Your screen is visible, Chinna. You can unmute first.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
hello, we'll start our session on the GitHub and resume guide. First of all, we'll discuss about the Git and GitHub.
Can you speak loudly?
Yeah. So first we'll see the introduction to the Git and GitHub. We'll see what it is and what are the functionalities of that. So what is Git? So Git is a version control system. We'll see what is version control system. Use it to track changes in source code, and it allows multiple developers to collaborate on the same project without overwriting each other's work. So the key concepts we need to take from this definition are version control and a repository, commit, branch, and match. We'll see the definition of these things in the next class. So this is the basic Git. It is a version control system used to track the changes in the source code, and it allows multiple developers to collaborate on the same project without overriding their each one. And GitHub is a cloud-based hosting service that makes it easier to manage Git repositories and collaborate on the projects. And it explain its role in hosting projects, collaborating on open source development, and showcasing your work. It is simply like it providing a cloud-based support to the GitHub repositories. We'll see what it is exactly. So why students should use GitHub? So the first one is project portfolio. So GitHub allows you to showcase your projects to potential employers, providing a live demonstration of your coding skills. And as I mentioned in the Git definition, it is a version control. It means it helps track changes in the project, making collaboration easier and more organized. And collaboration. It fosters teamwork by enabling students to collaborate on projects and contributing to the code bases and the learning to the work in a team. It's like it enables a team culture and teamwork stuff and learning experience. By contributing to open source projects, you can learn from experienced developers and gain practical coding experience. So, and resume. Having a GitHub profile with well-documented projects is a strong resume, showing employees your capabilities in coding and problem solving and project management, which is must in our resume. And community involvement. It helps students engage with the developer community and get feedback and improve their coding skills. Since it is an open source platform, everyone can see your work and they can give the feedback so that it improves your coding skills and uh, the efficiency of your product. So these are the reasons why students should use GitHub. And steps to upload projects on GitHub. We'll see practically how we can upload them in GitHub. As of now, we'll just check the steps. First of all, we need to have a GitHub account. It is if you directly search in Google for the GitHub, you'll directly get the GitHub website and install Git. Uh, just you can download it from the Git downloads and you can use it in your Linux environment or command Windows environment. And how we can create a new repository? Just we need to go to the GitHub profile. There we can see the option called new repository. There uh, we can give our name, our description, and readme file and simply we can create a repository. At the last, I'll show how to create and upload projects in GitHub. Now, the basic Git commands. So why these commands are useful is when you're working, let's take you are working in a Linux environment. If you want to install something or if you want to upload something into the GitHub. So directly with the command prompt itself, if you use these commands, you can directly access the files which are there in the GitHub. So we'll see the basic commands, and the first one is git init. It initializes a new Git repository file where you can upload your codes and your work. And git clone is like it creates it clones an existing repository from GitHub. Simply it will make a copy file. And git status, it checks the status of changes in your working directory. And git add, it stays file as for a commit, like if you want to change, make some additions to your project, you can use this. And git commit, it is after uh, making some changes in your file, you need to save. For that you need to use this command. And git push, it upload local repository content to a remote repository. It's like a temporary. And some other GitHub commands are git pull. It fetches and match changes from a remote repository, which is GitHub. And git branches, it manages the branches with these repositories. And git match is to combine the branches. So these are the basic git commands, as you can refer them. Now, the steps to upload projects on GitHub, creating and managing repository. So first, what is repository as a storage space for a code and project. So whatever the work is there, you need to keep it in a repository. It's like a storage space for your code and project files. And steps to create a new repository. As we mentioned, we need to open our profile in the GitHub. Then we need to click on the GitHub button, and uh, after that, readme file we can add or we can ignore it. And uh, see the cloning the repository to your local machine, it will opens into the your profile and it will make as a branch. And we can add some files to that repository. You'll see at the end how we can do this. Now, public versus private repositories. Public repositories are great for the showcasing work, while private repositories are ideal for personal projects and confidential work. The public is like open source, so that everyone can see your work and feedback your work. But if you make it as a private, it's like your personal use. If a project is under development, you can make it as private. After developing or after doing a mature project, you can make it as public, so that everyone can see your work. And the basic Git commands we can do in our PC environment. So we can open the terminal, either Linux terminal, and we can navigate to the project like this, cd path to this command. And there, in this path, we need to initialize the Git repository. If our project is in this path, there we need to invoke the GitHub repository with this command, with git int, as we mentioned. And there we can add, after invoking the git init, there with the git add, we can add projects like this. Instead of directly going into the GitHub platform, in the command prompt itself, we can, with these commands using, we can directly add the project files. If you want to make any changes in this, you need to go for the directory. Now you need to use this command git commit, and whatever the changes you want to make there in the file, you need to give this command and whatever the changes you wanted, and connect to GitHub. Connect to GitHub. So go to your newly created repository on GitHub, copy the repository's URL in the command prompt, and you can connect with your GitHub repository. And how we can push our project, to push the files from your local machine to the GitHub repository with this command git push, and this is the syntax. And now your project is live on GitHub and it can be viewed by the others. we'll see what is README and documentation. So writing a good writing, the README file is the first thing a visitor sees in your repository. It tells what is this project and how to install or what type of files are there, and it's like a overview of your project. A README will give you a summary of your project and the approach or the steps needed to install your project or check your project. It covers what the project does, how to install and use it, and its requirements. And like if this project has dependencies for some technologies, means we need to mention them in the README file so that everyone can see that and access them. And you can add links to the relevant sources and include screenshots or GIFs for cloud. Like there are some results for your work. You can add them so that people can see and check your product. Right. And licensing your code. When you make your code public on GitHub, adding a license is crucial. It defines how others can use, modify, and distribute your code. Without a license, your code is protected by default, copyright laws, and others cannot legally reach. Like making license to your own code or work so that no one can steal your work. And popular open source licenses like MIT license, Promiscu license that allows people to do almost anything with your code as long as they include your copyright and license in that project. So this is the MIT license and GPL license, general public license, where it ensures that any derivative works are also open source and free for public use under the same license. And the third popular license is Apache license 2.0. It provides protection to the contributors and includes a grant of patent rights. So it is more and how to add a license to a repository. Navigate to your repository on GitHub. Uh, Click on the add file button and select the create new file. There we'll see we need to name the file license or license tags. Choose a license template by clicking on a choose license template and select the appropriate license and review the terms and click commit new file so that the license is added to the repository. Now, showcasing projects for job application. GitHub has a portfolio. That GitHub as a portfolio is a great way to showcase your coding skills to the potential employers, and it allows recruiters to see your actual work, including your code quality, problem solving approach, and how you collaborate with the others on a project. So the best practices for the project repositories should be clean and readable code and organized file structure and detailed README file with installation and usage instructions and proper documentation of features and issues. We'll see a example for the repository where there is a well matured and organized repository. I'll show you an example for that. How a repository should be like. And pin your repositories, pin key repositories to the top of your GitHub, which makes a good impression for the potential employees or recruiters. And there are some other pro features for the students. GitHub offers a special program called GitHub Student Developer Pack, which gives students access to GitHub Pro features for free. And those are free features and unlimited private repositories. It's like you can create how many repositories you want. There won't be any constraint on the repositories creations for the private. So students can create as many private repositories as they want, and this is especially useful for the personal or academic projects that they don't want to make public. And advanced collaboration tools like features like protected branches, code owners, and required reviews can be used to mimic industry level collaboration in group projects. And GitHub pages. They can host websites for free using GitHub pages, whether for the personal portfolios or project documentation or even web apps. So, and the premium development tools, the GitHub Student Pack also include access to various tools from GitHub partners like TestBrain, Heroku, DigitalOcean, and credits, much more, helping students learn uh, and build with a professional characters. So this is the introduction for the GitHub. We'll see in website how it looks. As I said, if you don't have any account, you can create initially. Just if you search in Google GitHub and just click on that, it will ask you to create the account. Just you need to give your mail and the desired password you want to give. Then it will send a code to you. Just you need to give. After that, it will navigate to this dashboard page. So whatever the things are showing, this will be navigated after installing the, after creating the account in the GitHub. So this how we can add the repositories to our GitHub profile. So here in the left side, you can see the green button, which will create the new repository. Here we need to name it. Let's take, we will name some RTL. Now, if you want a description, you can make some description to your project. And here you are going to add whether it is public or private. Please your desired page, whatever you want, you can do. And readme file. As I said, we have a readme file. It will briefly explains about your project and how to use it, how to install it, and all. So it's your wish. If you want to add the readme file, you can, or else you can. It's just your wish. But it's better practice to have a readme file. And you can choose licenses as I mentioned. Many licenses are there, and just see which one you choose. And here, click on the repository. So it will tends to the it will navigate to your repository, which is and as an example, I kept it as a RTL. So this is my repository now. I can add my codes, my file, my whatever work I have. Let's take. I want to add. So it will navigate to this, and you can click on choose your files, and let's take this as your profile, your work. You can add it, upload it here, and at the down about the commit changes, whatever the things you changed or you are adding, you can make a comment for that, and you can simply click on commit so that in the RTL repository our files are added like this. So this is the readme file, right? You can simply here. If you want to make any changes, we need to enable the edit, and then we can try it. So let's go. So like that, you can use for a comment. For the heading, you need to hash and then the matter, and you can write the steps. So like this, you can add your comments so that people can understand how they can install and how they can use it. After that, you can click on changes and can name it. We can describe whatever the things we mentioned in the resume and click on commit changes. So that a repository will be created like this. Not the repository, a readme file is created like this. So I'll show you a matured repository file where they'll explain all the steps. Let's say this GitHub file. So uh, there is a tool called Magic which automates the layout generation. I took it as an example. There, they have mentioned their files, everything you can see, all the things, and some folders. In the folders itself, they have many things, and here you can see whatever the languages they have used, MATLAB, other stuff, and if you see this description, this is ready made file. They have clearly shown what they have done. So as I mentioned, you can include your screenshot of results so that people can understand better. So if you see this, he mentioned the motivation, requirements, whatever the requirement, and the installation process and the usage and how we can import expense data, fit model to data, and for everything he mentioned a video. So like that, you can create a well-matched readme file. It entirely depends upon your description. It should be good so that people can understand. So,
Uh, Hi, sir. Sorry for the interruption. Can you just say how to create a file in a folder? Like when you go into the folder, you have multiple files in it.
yeah. Let's take if you have a zip file. So let's take this. It's a PDF from the I love PDF file. That is a zipped one. You can directly include the folders which are zip. I mean, which are compressed, or we can say zip files. But we cannot directly upload the folders. Either it should be zipped one, else you need to compress it and make it as a zip, and you can upload like this. So this is the folder which is .zip file, and we can upload it and we can make it. Okay, so this is folder. Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. In the procedure, we can upload our folder. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So Venkat Rakesh, you raise that.
Others, do you have any doubts?
Venkat Rakesh raised his hand. I think he has. Or Naveen Patel.
Actually, I had one question on license file. Like, there is MIT and the other two were there. Like, in the which of the license file where they can only view our means they can only use that, but they cannot edit that. Is there any such kind of license in that?
Yeah, many licenses are there. You can check the descriptions of licenses where you will get uh, your desired functionality for your project. There are many licenses are there. I think whatever the thing you do, for that there may be a license where
Mm-hmm.
they
Okay.
can just then you can take the session for the resume building.
Okay. Yeah. So, is there any doubts still from others? So, I think everyone understood the main advantages of GitHub, right? If you have any doubts, you can ask to him. Okay, so main advantage is version control. In the sense, we can track the changes. Whatever the changes we make, we always do some debugging. We always fix some errors, and we can track the changes, whatever the errors there. Okay. We always track the changes whatever the previous versions are there. We can manage different versions of our codes. Okay, so main thing is a collaboration. So whenever you are working with some project, there will be group of team members, right? So 10 members or 5 members. So in your team there should be a collaboration. Once you go to the industry, there we have the server, main server, the codes, everything is different. Every company have its own servers, but at student level. Okay, so if you are undergraduate, if you are studying some mtech or btech, whatever, if you are in undergraduate, whenever you are doing some projects and all, for team collaboration you can use the GitHub. Okay, so that every changes will be tracked, so automatically all the changes can be uploaded. So backup also there. Okay, backup and the remote access will be there. You can use the code from anywhere, because it's online, right? So we can use from anywhere, from any device. It's an open source contribution. And also mostly project management is important, right? So we can track the bugs, we can track the features, whatever the task assigned for each member, each project team member. We can track everything by using the GitHub. Okay, so you can check, you can try with some projects, whatever you are working on some projects or examples, right? Verilog code or system Verilog, you can use a GitHub, and you can save all your files in one link. Okay, so that will be very helpful. And also coming to the resume. Okay, in resume also we can use the GitHub link. So what is the main importance of putting this GitHub means, like whenever the resume, in the sense it's a first impression, the best impression, right? So whatever the projects you are putting in your resume, you are showcasing like a practical experience, how much practical experience you have. Okay, the technology wise, the coding wise, or some languages wise, how practically you are implemented something, you are going to expose from the GitHub. Or you mostly we use the GitHub links in the resume. Okay, so that is a one major advantage from this. And also we are going to discuss some resume format, or how to build some resume, because every day I'm getting a lot of resumes, right? So I felt to discuss something about the resume, so that whoever undergraduate student, that's mostly I'm going to discuss with the undergraduate students to get some awareness about resume preparation, and the format wise, or how to put our portfolio in the resume. Okay, so that is a main important thing. So for that purpose, we have mostly our we search for Indian companies only, right? If you are from abroad, like any United States or United Kingdom, that formats are different. Okay, American format is different. mostly we use Indian format only. If you observe here clearly, this is one type of format. Mostly we use a proper format, like a professional resume format. Okay, so that's why if you see, we can use our photo. Okay, even if you don't use, no problem, photo is not mandatory. Okay, first we need to mention our name. Okay, name is important, and phone number, contact number is important, mail is important. Okay, these three are very important, and you can mention your GitHub link at the top of the profile. Okay, and also LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn page link, you can update at the top of the profile. Okay, and also write the summary. What is the summary? In the sense about yourself. Okay, so if you are undergraduate student, what experience you have? Suppose in VLSI, we have specific domains like a front end domain or the back end domain. In the front end domain, how much experience do you have? Or in the back end domain, how much experience? Whether you have worked at a SOC level verification or IP level projects in Verilog or System Verilog or SOC debugging. How test cases you have developed, some comprehensive type, you can write a simple summary. Okay, if you are experienced engineer, you can put a simple experience like you have 3+ year of experience, or 4+ year experience in particular IP or SOC level verification, and whatever the knowledge you have, you can simply put in a professional summary. Okay, or if you are a student, whatever the technical skills you have, you can put in the a summary, just 4 to 5 lines or 3 to 4 lines. Okay, and next you need to mention work experience. If you are if you are experienced engineer, whatever the companies you have worked till now. Okay, 4 years or 5 years or 10 years, so whatever the companies you have worked, you can mention that company name, and also what are the things you did, your collaborations. Okay, so whatever your contributions, okay, on specific projects, you can mention all the things here. Okay, uh, name, the duration, how much duration per each company, and what are your contribution. Okay, that you can highlight those points. And also, next, education. Okay, in work experience, if you are a fresher, if you are undergraduate in BTech, means whatever you did in 4 years, like in first year you made did some uh, basic learning with some courses, or in second year some online internships or attended for the workshops. Okay, third year some summer internship program, final year some hackathons, or you will do something related to your curriculum, right? You can mention that thing in the work experience. Okay, so next thing is education. Whatever recent education, diploma or BTech or MTech, you can mention the education. Okay, in that also you can put like your CGPA. Okay, and the duration you can mention. And whatever if you are received some awards or honors, that is additional information. Mostly our resume must be in 1 or 2 pages, mostly 1 or 2 pages. If you put all in one page, that also good, but we can put up to 2 pages. Okay, so whatever the awards or any honors you received, you can mention that thing, you can mention in the last also. Okay, so next, technical information. Technical information in the sense in terms of language. Okay, so C language or Verilog or System Verilog or some UVM methodologies or some protocol experience or some tool experience. There will be tool experience, right? So you can mention all these things in the technical skills, like CMOS design is a special skill, like static timing analysis is a special skill, like a digital logic design, advanced digital logic design, like that you can mention in the additional things. Okay, and the certifications, whatever the certification you have received, don't put all the certifications. Okay, particularly whatever you are trying to apply. Okay, suppose you are applying for a verification role, try to put related to verification role only. Okay, don't put all from first year whatever you did, don't put all non-related things. Non-related things in the sense, if you are working in the C language or some embedded systems or in analog domain, those are not useful for this particular profile. Okay, so don't mention all those things whatever you did. Try to mention according to your job description. Okay, for every job they will give some description. If there are 10 number of companies, don't apply same resume for all 10 companies. Okay, try to change something related to your job description. Okay, suppose if you go for some career portal, I'm just telling for freshers. If you don't, if you have idea, you can avoid. Uh, Suppose I'm going to the Intel careers. So try to apply from the career portals, everyone, and in the LinkedIn also. In LinkedIn also, we'll get the job descriptions, job updates every day, right? See, intern, grads, there will be some different domains will be there. According to your domain, you can apply. So whatever Intel career or AMD careers or Qualcomm careers, there will be lot of job roles. Suppose full chip verification is there. Okay, see here you need to check the job description. Okay, so what are the responsibilities are there, what are the requirements, you need to check the requirements. Okay, because whatever the requirement is there, uh, here nowadays the resume will be picked by the tools. Okay, not manually. Okay, everything will be taken by tools or some internal tools will be there. Okay, for product based companies. For small companies means they check manually. Okay, so whenever they are using some links or tools, they just the internal system just check the highlighted points here. Suppose here SOC is there, you in your resume it will check SOC is there or not. Okay, suppose VLSI chip verification is there, that verification part it should be there in your resume. Suppose UVM is there, suppose example VCS Jasper, some standard verification tool here it is showing, and some system level verification. This system level verification should be there in your resume. Okay, so these things you need to know, highlights, main highlights. So whenever you are applying for hundreds of company, try to change the resume according to their job description and apply the for whatever in the career portals or in LinkedIn or Naukri, wherever, try to apply differently. Okay, uh, in the online, we have some resume, what we call matching. Okay, if resume 80%, you can check here only before applying to some company. You can check in the online website, like resume matching, whatever the job description is there here, the requirements, you can put the requirements in the link. Okay, and upload your resume and check how much match, how much percentage it is matching according to the job description and your resume. Okay, if 80% above 80% match means obviously your resume will select in that company. Okay, so that's why whenever you are applying, mostly all job descriptions will be same only. Suppose in Intel, the job description will be like this. But if you go for ARM, go through the ARM career portal, in every job description, they will ask risk processor or risk architectures, risk related um, knowledge. Okay, so you need to mention If you work on risk, you can mention. Whatever you don't work, don't mention this. That is another big headache. If you are qualified, obviously you will reject in the technical round or in HR round. Okay, but try to put your resume according to the job description. Okay, that is the main important thing. And so here, technical skills, whatever. After technical skills, projects and protocols are must. In If you see in this competition world, you must have proper industry projects and protocols. Okay, in the front end domain or in the back end domain, or DFT role or validation role or testing role, any role, at least two or three industry projects, four or three to four protocols. Okay, if you are a fresher or experienced, whatever, projects are very important. That too, how you can put the projects, like major projects, you need to put the name of the project. If you work with the client, you can put the client name, or if you work with the ODC, you can put the ODC name. And just describe something, just one or two lines about the project. Okay, just one or two lines about the project and your role in the project. Main thing is your role. So what is your contribution? Okay, understanding the specification, or some running the test cases, creating the test cases, creating the test plan, debugging, okay, or finding the root cause of the test case, or some working on the testing performance of different blocks. What are the blocks you have worked? Role is very important. Mention the role. And also tools. What tools you have used for that particular project? Okay, so that is a very important thing. Whatever the projects you have did, four or five, whatever, try to mention the project name clearly, just a single line or two lines description, and your role and tools, enough. Okay, and for same for protocols also. Okay, and next thing is a publications. Publications, whatever, if you have some paper publications, or any certifications, or any whatever, like hacker rank, code chef certifications will be there, right? You can mention those things simply. Okay, um, and whatever the additional achievements, if a place is there, still you sufficient place is there, you can fill that up with additional skills, like like logical skills, or some technical skills, whatever you can mention. And last, you need to give the declaration. Okay, so what is the declaration? In the sense, whatever the information you have provided, that is a true, genuine and correct. Okay, so simple description you can give, according to your best of your knowledge, you are describing true. Like that, simple resume format you need to put according to your company profile. If you are applying for the service based companies, no need to check the job description and all. Okay, for service based companies, they just look with into like system verilog, UVM, some projects, protocols and all. But if you go for product based companies, these are the main challenges, these are the main things we need to observe. Okay, every company have their own different uh, requirements. Like if you observe here this line, strong technical expertise in UVM direct emulation. Okay, particularly they are mentioning. So whenever particularly they are mentioning in your resume, if you don't point out that, your resume never select. Okay, you can check in the any of the website, online website, you can check the resume matching up. After that only try to apply, and let me know if any resume selected in the same wise. Okay, uh, with this tip, if any resume selected, let me know. Okay, most of the resumes will select. So this is what I want to discuss today. So if you have any doubts, please discuss.
Hello Prashanti.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Ayush here. So I had one doubt related to experienced candidate resume. So I am having 4 years experience, and I have recently I was in bench in the like after my project. So I did one course related to Risk 5, and I want to mention it in the resume. So my first doubt is should it be mentioned under projects headline or personal projects? I mean professional projects or personal projects?
Um, you risk why you have worked your own, not with a client, right?
Yeah, it was only like study purpose.
Okay, okay. So first you can mention all the client projects and ODC, then last you
Yes.
can mention your own project.
Okay, so in the under the same category, you mean to say?
Yeah, you can put no problem.
Okay, and about the order, when we use reverse chronology, like latest project is mentioned first, then previous
Yes.
one, then previous one. So should it be in the very previous, or should it be the latest, or
First
in the
latest
order?
project we need to mention, then previous projects.
Okay, so in this case also it will be like that.
Yes, yes.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Anyway, whatever the projects, as I told that that is a system. System will check if we put front or back. That is the same. It just check the names only, right? That doesn't matter. But mostly we'll prefer top. The latest projects we prefer top of the profile.
Yes, understood.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Others, is there any doubts from Kirti Chakravarti?
No, ma'am.
Actually, I had one doubt with respect to experienced person. In You said that it has to be minimum 2 page. If it exceeds 2 page, like what should be the plan? Like we have to means remove out all the lower priority projects, or how it is?
If you have 5 plus or 10 plus year experience,
Mhm.
then also better we need to put in 2 pages only. But if you have more than 5 plus or 10 plus, you can put in 3 pages. Okay, but we need to write more optimized way. Whatever the best projects are there, you need to mention those. Remaining all are not needed. You can just put as a heading like minor projects or simple, like any heading as your experience. No need to mention your role, job description, sorry, role, the project description, everything no need to mention.
Okay.
Whatever the very, if you have very good knowledge, like you will be having very good experience in some projects, right? Those projects you can mention clearly your role and the tools, everything. Remaining all just put a name, just name.
Okay.
Okay. What about undergraduate students? Do you have any doubts?
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah, hi. If anyone needs some resume format, you can ping me in the WhatsApp. I can share you. Okay.
Ma'am, I am a trained fresher in PD. Can I add my training period experience as experience in my resume?
Yeah, you need to add.
Okay, thank you.
You need to just you need to add all your experience, whatever related to VLSI. Mention all certifications, experience, everything. Non-core not needed. Like other than VLSI, not needed. Whatever the domain you are searching, whatever the certifications are there for that particular domain, you need to mention all.
Got it, ma'am.
Yeah, hi, I'm Venkatesh here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a master student in United States, so I
Okay.
don't have previous projects. I don't have better resume to tell. So actually, I didn't do any projects in India, back in India. So right now I'm applying for summer internships. So,
Okay.
what are the projects we're gonna do in this course?
Projects
Yes.
in the sense you can pick any project. Okay, any project you can pick. I don't mention only these particular names. Why? Because whatever the project you are doing, we must have the like from scratch to suppose if you are doing in verification, from scratch to verification level, developing the test cases, understanding each corner scenario, understanding the design rules, everything, you must have proper knowledge about the project. Okay, you need to develop your own test cases for verification profile. Okay, for any project it is same, but you must have in-depth knowledge. In your case, suppose I suggest some architecture based projects like a risk file project or some
Yeah, I
MIPS
did one. Yeah.
based project or some encryption or decryption related projects or some image processing. Image processing also we can do in Verilog. Mostly protocols are very important. Okay, any industry will check for protocols only.
Okay. While applying to front end, and there should be one resume, and while applying for a back end, there should be one resume, right?
uh, yeah, you are
Okay.
applying for both.
Yeah, I don't know because we don't have any better options here.
Okay,
Due to recession, there are so many. There are no
okay.
opportunities.
Okay,
So
whatever, if you have both the domains knowledge, I already told, right? According to the
yeah,
job
yeah.
description, try to change.
Okay, but in this course we are doing from RTL to GTS2, right?
RTL to GDS,
Oh,
we have RTL design and verification is there.
okay.
Yeah.
So we are using only Verilog, not the UVM and system Verilog, right?
No, Verilog, UVM, system Verilog, scripting language, protocols like
Oh,
UART, I2C, APB, AHB, AXI, we have PCIe, we have projects like a RISC-V processor or MIPS, DMA controller, router projects, calculator projects. Everything we will develop from scratch in
in this course.
whatever we are, yeah.
Oh,
Whatever I'm explaining, we will explain everything, specification, coding, how to develop the test cases. Okay.
because I don't
Yeah.
have any experience on UVM and test cases. So
Okay.
should I learn it prior, or you gonna teach me?
Once share me your resume. Based on that, I can suggest you some projects and any
Okay,
protocols. Okay.
sure, sure.
You can ping me in the WhatsApp.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Others, is there any doubts?
Ma'am, this is Kavya.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, now I'm currently doing third year of my colleging, like BECE.
Okay.
I'm currently, I just, you are all the people's mostly telling for the placements related only for digital verifications or digital thing. No one talking about analog. I'm more interested in analog more than digital. Like I've done two projects according to VLSI. Now I'm learning also Verilog codes, Verilog system Verilog. Even though I'm more interested in analog, how would I train myself to for analog role?
Okay. For analog also, there are a lot of openings, same as a digital domain. Like all product companies consider the analog profile also, but not like for digital, there will be bulk requirement. Okay, bulk requirement in the sense not like a software. Compared to the analog, there are a lot of openings for digital. Okay, so if software have 100% openings, in the sense VLSI have only 50% openings. In that analog will have only 10 to 15% openings. So that is the case.
Okay, ma'am.
So in that, if you have very strong dedication, definitely you can get in the 10 to 15% openings.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I'm doing like in CAD and Stool. I just done my two projects. Even though I'm thinking that I'm just oscillating with both analog and digital. Like
Don't be in two different because those are two different domains. Okay, just concentrate only on one domain.
okay, ma'am. Sure.
Don't stand on two different things. Just select any one as per your interest. If interest is there, opportunities automatically comes. Okay, if opportunities are there, interest automatically comes. Okay, in your case, choose your interest. Okay, don't be in two different directions because analog is different, digital is different. Choose any one. Okay, and you
Okay,
must
ma'am.
have the dedication until you get the job. VLSI is somewhat difficult to get the job compared to the software. I won't tell difficult, but we have strong dedication until we get our own, like our dream job. Okay, so just select any one domain, either analog or digital. Based on that, just try to apply the jobs, try to get the knowledge, project experience.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah, hi.
Now I want to just ask a simple question there. How you will see the future of digital design verification engineers in next 5 years?
Where, in which company?
I am working in Pakistan in design, 10x engineers, design
Okay,
verification engineer.
okay,
I
okay,
am working as a digital design verification engineer or a
okay,
SOC verification engineer. But we
okay.
have skills like SVUVM. On the
Mm-hmm.
base of these skills like C, C++, Linux, Git, shell scripting, Tuckle, and SVM, UVM, how we
Okay.
can see our future in next
So
5 years.
if we see not only next 5 years, next 10 to 15 years or 20 years, VLSI is very good, evergreen. Okay, why? Because um, it is updating every day, right? All the things are updating. If we see in India, we are getting most of the fabrication companies. Okay, in next 2 years or 3 years, anyway, there will be lot of job opportunities. Okay, so and another thing is VLSI never dead because if VLSI collaborate with coming technology like artificial intelligence or some neural networks, it never stops. Okay, the technology will always improve, and whatever we are using till now, the languages or any tools or any scripting languages, whatever, those are standard. In VLSA, if you observe, all the things are standard. The languages like a Verilog, system Verilog, UVM, everything are standard. Maybe in the next 2 or 3 years or 5 years, we may get the different language, not different language. In Verilog only, we will get some modifications. Okay, because there we don't choose like fabrication technology like silicon wafers and all, right? So maybe different changes will get in the programming language, but these VLSI are standard, not like embedded systems. If you see embedded system, every time the different processor coding will be changed, the microcontrollers will be changed, updates will get every like every 2 years, 3 years. But in VLSI, it's not like that. It's standard languages we use.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So if you are thinking about VLSI, don't take second option. VLSI is really going to boom in next 4 5 years. Okay, especially in India compared to abroad market like US or UK or wherever. Compared to there, India is going to have lot of opportunities, and this is the best time for you. If even if you are doing some IT work or some software, if you are not interested in your work, this is the best time to switch the domain. Okay, why? Because in the next 2 or 3 years, there will be lot of crowd in VLSI. Crowd in the sense, there will be lot of openings. Okay, there will be, if any good engineer is there, he is going to be in the top level. Okay, by next 2 years. So if you are interested to step, if you switch the domain, try to switch now itself. By next 2 years, you will get a basic level experience as a junior engineer, and next 2 years you will be as a senior engineer with a good level, like okay, in terms of package, like that. Okay, for VLSI engineer, starting package will be less only. Okay, like for service based, around 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs. For product based, around 15-20 lakhs. Okay, so next 2 to 3 years you will be getting good packages, so it will be double. Any other doubts? So shall we close the session?
Ma'am? Hello.
Hello. Yeah, please tell.
Ma'am, can you please tell me how good the opportunities for PD engineer?
PD engineer, good only, but compared to PD, design verification is good. Okay, so PD in the sense, mostly they will consider experienced engineer, at least 3+4+year experienced engineers. PD is good. Okay, so if you are confusion with the design verification or PD in the sense, if I can suggest you, just go with the design verification. Okay, anyway, if you go for design verification, once we step into the industry, we don't know what type of projects they assign. Okay, you may get in a verification domain, or in a post silicon sometimes, pre-silicon sometimes, DFT related, sometimes R&D related, or some back-end related also we will get. If still your interest, based on your interest, if still want to change the domain, like to back-end in the sense, then you can change to back-end. You will get the experience from front-end, and also you can change to the back-end from project experience. That is the best option. But as a fresher, if you want to try, you can go for PD. But my suggestion will be this.
I already completed my PD training in the month of May. From May onwards, I am searching for the job opportunities.
Okay. Compared to DV, PD have less opportunity, less openings only. If I see some job descriptions in LinkedIn or some Naukri or career portal, for verification have lot of openings.
Yes, ma'am.
And that too, you protocol and projects are very important nowadays, because competition is more, right? So that's why projects are very important.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Okay, then
ma'am,
thank you all.
ma'am, one
Yeah,
minute,
please tell.
one sec. Ma'am, what about Coco TP, ma'am? Like, if you learn Coco TP Python, is it very useful to us?
Coco TP Python.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Using Python very like instead of VHDL code verifications using
VHDL code? What?
verification in Coco TP is now max companies are now turning into Coco TP is maximum. What about opinion? If we learn that, is it very useful for us?
Those things, those things, once we get into the industry, we will learn. I also heard like mangrove technologies, mangrove company also getting some new languages instead of Verilog. I also heard that. But as of now, we don't
Okay.
have any, like in terms of job opportunity, like they will release the requirement, right? In the requirement, I didn't see those type of things. But in the industry, they are using whatever the candidates they hire, they are giving internal training for those things.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, maybe in next 2 years we'll have some open source for that also. As of now, no.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, then if you have any doubts, I just mentioned my contact number here, WhatsApp number. I think you already know I shared the links, right? So if you have any doubts, you can contact me there. Okay. Okay, then thank you all. See you. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.